Okay, it is 11:56 a.m. It is September 9th, September 19th, Tuesday. The date on this video is June 27th of 2023. I came onto this property to check out the property, make sure nothing was damaged, make sure everything was good. Came here with my brother. We checked out the basement, did a walkthrough of the outside of the house. This is before we had access to the inside of the house. This is obviously me opening up the basement, discussing what I have been stating since we moved into this property, that the basement is unfinished, unprofessionally kept, and cannot be left that way if we're to continue with the purchase of the home. Where I was told that the foundation was going to be fixed. You cannot fix the outside foundation of the home and not inspect the inside foundation of the home. That's just unprofessional and idiotic. That's a waste of money. As you can see, there are cracks here, small cracks, very small ones, nothing too crazy yet. Once you see we get down to the basement, you're going to see that the only thing unfinished was the floor and the sump pump that was left disconnected and left on the floor, flooding the basement because the entire floor was soaked and mud out. So you're going to wait to see that on June 27th, I and my brother went down into the basement and saw that the 4 weight-bearing walls in this home were completely up. They were not destroyed yet. They were destroyed 2 weeks from this video without my permission, without my consent, without my notification. And nobody's going to tell me that these walls were destroyed when I have video evidence right here, right in front of you, right before your very eyes, that all 4 weight-bearing walls... Oh, what's that? What's that right there? All 4 walls are up. You see that right there? That wall is up. It's attached. And what's the date? June 27th. Oh, so nobody can call me a liar and state that the walls were destroyed after we moved in, or before we moved in and we saw it. They were destroyed after we were moved in and had no knowledge. We didn't even move in packages yet. We didn't move in boxes yet. We didn't change our address yet. We were still at the previous address, but we already had purchased this property after it was stated that everything was going to be taken care of and the inspection that was done was going to be abided by. So as you can see right there, that's the wall that's up right now. That wall was up June 27th. They left their garbage, they left all their previous projects in there, but they didn't destroy the wall yet. That fake, unregistered construction worker. Look at that. That's all their previous garbage from the jobs when they were down there before they destroyed the wall. So they've been coming to this property for I don't know how long. What they were doing down there, I don't know. Because when I moved into this property, I was told it was a refinished home that was supposed to be ready to move in. Then I get to the property and there's no electrical, there's no water, everything is turned off, the pipes are broken, nothing works, the sinks were clogged. I don't understand how you sell a property like that you've never been to and say, oh yeah, this is completely safe and ready to go. But as you can see, as we're walking through the basement, all 4 walls are up. They had no authority, they had no permission, and they never consented, either of the owners of the home, that they were going to go into my basement and destroy an entire weight-bearing wall and then shave all 3 other walls to make it wider and then not add any support for any of these walls so then the house can fucking sink inward. You see, the floor is soaked. The walls are up. Here's what they did. They went down there, broke a wall, and caused more flooding, more sinkage, and didn't fix anything except ghetto wire up the house for the water that they broke the main line that was near this wall. You see this wall? It's up right now. Wait till you see the next video. It had dirt on all 4 sides. Everything was intact. Everything was upward. It was definitely suffering from structural damage, but it was not as severe as it is now. So you saw, we went in the basement, all 4 walls were up. Can't make that up. 2 witnesses, 2 live human beings went into that basement. That was the second time I've ever been in that basement. So you see, full video evidence. Now we're going to go to the next video that shows when another inspector went down there. There have been 2 inspectors down there since then, not counting the original inspector that supposedly went down there and said that everything was okay, just needed some light foundation work, which was the $30,000 that was taken off originally. Now the next quote was for $50,000 because the house is moving. There was multiple storms between June 27th and today in September. Multiple storms that damaged the roof, the walls, the foundation, absolutely everything, because the idiotic owners of this property were, instead of fixing it, bandaging it. You do not fix foundation problems by filling it with cement and then expecting the cracks not to be there. You have to remove the damaged project, then replace the fucking project. That's how you do construction professionally. Okay? Now we're going to go to the next video because I'm not an idiot. I've worked in construction a long time and come from a lot of family members who worked on construction. So you do not do that to the foundation of the home and then tell the tenants or the owners or whomever that, oh, it'll be fine. So now we're going to go there. We're going to go there live. We're going to go there live because I have a YouTube channel and we're going to go right to it. So then nobody could say this video was edited. Look, that's me right there. That's where the videos are, on a public channel for everyone to see the atrocities that were committed to a disabled woman who tried to purchase a retirement home and instead was entrapped with a trap house. So look at that. Got audio too.
They broke this entire wall.
What's that right there? The entire wall that they collapsed?
I mean, what the hell were they thinking?
They collapsed the wall.
They broke the main water valve over here.
Broke the main water valve.
No power for almost a month.
This is crazy.
Couldn't have the power of the water on reliably.
Wow.
And then they filled all this up.
Then
with all the trash.
Somebody's trying to state to me that they paid $10,000 for about 5 wood beams that aren't even properly connected to the home, so they are not supporting the base, and then moved over 3.5 feet from where the original weight-bearing wall was, changing the weight and the distribution of the weight on the home, continuing to collapse only on one side now. But now, because the pressure is so different, it's changing the pressure points, causing cracks to develop on the safe walls. So now all 4 walls are at risk of being crumbled.
Instead of telling us or asking us for help, anything.
Is that like another access, or just like when we came down?
That was the secondary access that you just saw. That was up.
Accessible. Like, it was a smaller hole, but you could at least crawl in here.
Right.
And then I came here about not even 2 weeks later, and this entire wall was blown out.
Wow.
And there was tools down here, pickaxes. They were using all their tools, and then they never came back.
Wow, this is crazy, dude. I've never seen anything like this.
And they tried to come fix this wall and put it in, and then they were like, yeah, we're going to put up a brand new cement wall. Nobody ever told me they were going to put up a wood fake wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that sound structurally safe to put up 4 walls, and then one of the 4 is wood, and then the other 3 are cement? That doesn't sound logical.
Literally, it was so pristine in comparison to what it looks like now. Like,
yeah, I mean, even just from the video that you showed me, it's wow.
And the gentleman in the basement has been doing this for 30 years. He's not going to lie to me. He gave me an estimate.
This sucks, you know?
I didn't pay him $1. He came down here to do a free estimate and was astonished by the destruction created by this supposed construction worker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like it's getting tighter in there, honestly.
Yeah.
You can see from the last video in comparison that it's getting tighter in there and how much they shaved off in every department. And this ghetto rig that they did, instead of reconnecting the main water line, they just, I don't know, tied lines to everything and just left it that way. That's pretty hilarious. We're going to get all the damage in one good video so we could all see this.
I'm just kind of shining my light on it. Maybe
That's
you
the
can see
roof
it,
that got damaged because the
right
water
there's
that
the
was
crack where the water's
the
coming
roof
in.
was literally left
That
open
joist,
with wood exposed instead of a proper sealed
looks
roof
like
like
it
I
may
was
have moved
told that was
over.
going to be done. This house was advertised as a brand new home
looks
ready
like it
to
has
move
moved some,
in.
'cause
You cannot advertise homes that are
that brown
remodeled
part is where
or
the
even ready to move in when
joist, I
they
think, is
have
supposed
water
to be.
damage coming
That's
from the
where the
roof
water's coming in.
and water damage in the
On
basement.
this
You
side
cannot
here,
advertise anything
let's see
other
what we
than what
got
it
over here.
is. You have to tell whoever you're selling that the house has extreme damage. This is a handyman special. This is not a ready to go home for a disabled,
Okay.
nearly 60-year-old
There's
woman.
lots of water damage. You can see on the end of the roof rafters. Where it starts at, I'm gonna try and find out now.
If a proper inspection was done, these damages would have been notified to whomever and handled before you have new owners moving in who are not only elderly, also have family members that they want to, have live in the home. They have pets. Anything could have happened. A collapsed roof, a collapsed floor panel that could result in an injury or death.
It's separated.
And that would be a far
ceiling
significant
joist.
lawsuit than you trying to entrap someone in a home and they're
that's
just
caused by
trying
the
to
shifting of the
make it
house.
to the next month.
But yeah, it's all right here where that wall caved in down there in the basement there.
Yeah.
There you go. That's where all the water damage is.
Then they fix the outside of the roof, don't fix the inside of the roof, but no one wants to touch the basement.
Down on the end, towards the bottom of the roof where the damage is happening, where the water's coming in.
Yeah.
We're not trying to finagle and get free money and not pay mortgages, because I am a U.S. citizen with a clean background who has a federal job, who pays his taxes. I'm not some bum off the street trying to live for free, okay? I don't appreciate being threatened to be thrown out because all I want is my property in this exact same condition that I was told it was going to be the day that I was moving in.
Alright, today is Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. I'm recording the downstairs basement that was repaired by the supposed repairman.
And the supposed repairman who brought children onto my
Yesterday there was a
property
huge storm.
illegally. He told me there was going to be a
Obviously, the
construction
storm
crew
door
coming to my
is
property to fix this.
molded
When I
to
saw
hell
on my
and does
cameras
not
there was
protect against any
kids.
water.
I didn't see any
Seeping
full-grown
through
men with
because
hard
this entire
hats.
thing is
I saw
soaked.
kids, teens, maybe some of them were
See,
20. I also saw a
should have been
10-year-old
repaired
child that was on my
before the
property
house was sold.
that I did not allow. That you're not going
As
to
you
bring
can see,
children
they
onto my
opened up
property to
this
come work
little
in a
gap way
construction
more
zone.
because it was much smaller. I don't know how much they took off. Probably half a
Look at all
brick
that
right
water
here.
coming in. You think that
As you can
doesn't
see,
damage the
water
floor?
drips down through all of this.
If this would have been done the right way
Now,
and sealed one
when I
time, we
originally
wouldn't be
came down
discussing
here,
this.
It was obviously similar to the situation that we're looking at, except all four
Look how
cement
much they
walls
shaved off.
were
Does
up.
that make logical sense?
When I originally came down here, there was previous, projects that they left down here. They never took anything out. All they did do was knock down this entire section of wall right here. This entire wall was here.
They
They
removed
knocked down all
so
of
much
this,
wall, it looks
which I don't even
skeletalized.
understand why.
And then they left it
They
there.
knocked all of this down.
How does that help me?
So they knocked all of that down. This entire section was attached to the main wall. So all they did was jeopardize the structural integrity of the base walls. They took all of that out. They made this wider. Wouldn't have been a bad thing if you just, added some more support instead of whatever this.
In not even 2 months, the house
lovely
moved
ghetto
more than
shit
half
is.
an inch. That's a
They
significant
didn't take
amount
any
of
of the previous
movement.
projects out. All they did was add to it. When I got here, the sump pump was disconnected. They reconnected it, but what am I supposed to do with this? This should have been all cemented off, like this is. Not leave me this wonderful ghetto project. Then what they did was take pieces off the sidings of the wall. Let me try to walk over there. So all they did was remove pieces of this wall, making it less safe, and then leaving all the garbage and debris here. As you can see, all this crumble. They added this, I don't know what I want to call this ridiculous trash. Like, how are you going to take down pieces of the wall and then put up jacks? Like, how is it supposed to be structurally safe for me? And then the electrical lines, right? This is how they're done. All exposed, touching water. I had the electrical man come down here and tell me this is a joke. I had the structural engineer come in here and tell me this is a joke. So everyone's telling me this is a joke, and now I gotta eat it. That's what I'm hearing. Because this is a lot of damage that wasn't here in the first 2 weeks that I came here. All of this, extra holes, and all of this was done by the wonderful handyman that was hired by the owner. Because I didn't hire anyone. I didn't sign off on any of this. It was just done. Then when I came down here, I see all these projects being started, wondering who started it, when is it going to get finished, why was it even started without my permission, or at least hey, I'm going to start this. How do you feel about it? Because all I see is nothing but debris, trash, and it's just a mud party down here. How is this supposed to be a fully furnished crawl space or a fully finished basement when I can't store anything down here? Then they came here, right, with a group of not construction workers. They came here with a group of miscellaneous boys who are all under the age of what it looked to be 18, because I saw a 10-year-old boy there using a drill. What was he doing down here? I don't know. I didn't ask for any little children to come into my property line and work on anything here. Then, right, what's this? They said they were going to refix the subframe or the subwall, the weight-bearing walls to this house after demolishing it. They come here and tell me this is a $12,000 job or a $10,000 job of wood. I know wood's expensive, but I know for a fact this is not $10,000 worth of wood. What's this connecting to? What's it supporting? So after knocking out an entire cement wall, the house moved about a half an inch. And you can see on all the walls, especially the back exit, it doesn't want to open cleanly anymore. And they want to blame that on moisture absorbing through the walls because of the rain. No, the house moved about a half an inch because this wall was right here, starting there, moving its way all the way back. So they moved this wall all the way forward for some reason. And then instead of being proper construction men, right, they threw all the garbage from the projects right here. And then what did they do? They broke the main water line because that main water line right there was connected. It was connected. So they broke the main water line, leaving us without water for quite some time, didn't have electricity for quite some time. The water and the rain caused problems, so you couldn't have the proper water or the proper light on because you would have an electrical fire. This right here was the previous side connected to that base wall, right? And they knocked it all out. So you're telling me that this was proper. That's what you do when you hire a construction man. They come.
So we're going to take a pause there because I'm not going to make this an hour-long video. As you can see, the wall was up and they destroyed it. I'm not paying for it. I'm not required to pay for it. You came onto my property illegally. You broke my property. You're responsible to fix it. All I want is a resolution. All I want is a solution to the problem. I want the property fixed, and then I just want to be left alone. I'm not here trying to get free money. I'm not here trying to go to court for no reason, like I don't have a completely legitimate job that I have to, give at least 80 hours a week to. So I don't have time to be playing games with nobody and playing phone tag, email tag, back and forth, threats. I don't do that to people. I want my property fixed, and I want it the way it's supposed to be, and that's it. I'm not asking for an arm and a leg. I'm asking for my property to be fixed the way it was supposed to be, and that's it. That's it. That's the discussion. There is no other discussion. Either you fix the property that was damaged, or we go to court and then we have the judge order you to fix the property that was damaged, because I or anyone living here did not go into the basement and destroy our own property for no personal gain whatsoever. So now I'm going to show you a clip of the water that came through. I'm going to show you the other construction guy that came in here telling me that this was a joke. Let's go. This is my personal YouTube channel that I have to, instead of posting my videos, I have to post videos of criminal activity, because this is a crime. This is not a joke. This is not something lighthearted. This is a crime, okay? You cannot entrap people into these projects and then expect them to be all fine and dandy with it. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, about 3.5 feet back.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, we had to have the plumber guys come in here 2 times to run snakes through every drain hole in the entire house because it was clogged. Can't make that up. Had to pay him a decent, amount of chump change. Told me there was old clogs in every line. Everything was clogged up. You're never going to get water to run through it. This is another professional man who came in. He is a construction company. They gave us a free estimate as to what the damages would cost, and he also looked at the rigged work that was down there, and I'm surprised he didn't laugh at me.
But that's really all I can tell you at this point, unfortunately, is that we can't help you with what needs to be done, and you'll need to look for a contractor that could actually replace that foundation.
But you're recommending that it be replaced?
That would be my recommendation, yes.
Is there any way you can leave me something that says you were here and you recommended this? Because I already contacted an attorney. Because I can't stay. I can't stay like this. This is not acceptable.
All I can provide you with would be the estimate for the repairs that we could make, and that's none, so that I can't really leave you with anything other than what I just said.
That's fine.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Anything is better than nothing.
Yeah.
And I have this report, whatever you say, and then I have someone else coming for the roof, because that wasn't even mentioned.
So you see, that's a month ago.
Your son's telling me
Yeah,
that
and
this
then
roof is
the
leaking.
person that he hired.
So, no, we haven't been playing games and sitting on our thumbs. We've been trying to get a solution to this issue for quite some time now, since the moment we've got here. And we can't, because we're playing games with people who don't want to help. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to get my property fixed, and I'm here to move on with my life, because I don't have time to sit here and argue with full-grown adults about property that was damaged. We are not kindergartners. You broke it, you fix it. That's how life works. Very simple, very easy. I'm not asking for a free home, and I'm not asking for anything other than what was supposed to be originally provided for me, which was a safe and secure home for my nearly 60-year-old mother. She is not a construction worker. She is not a handyman. She's not going to be able to tackle projects when she is physically disabled and unable to do any of those tasks. So I, as her son, am not going to sit here and let her get crippled by this financial decision that was supposed to be a safe one because the owners told my mother that this property was safe, secure, and ready to move in. You cannot say any of those words when the property is not safe, not secure, and absolutely not ready to go. Because to get all these damages, up to par, you have to trench the entire outside of the property to get the foundation jacked up to the right height. Then you have to re-cement the entire outside of the walls on the bottom and the inside, because if you just do one, the walls will remain to crack. You cannot fix half the job. That's not how construction works. Otherwise, we wouldn't have buildings like, I don't know, the Empire State Building. You have to fix the foundation one time and do it right. That's what I'm asking to be done. If that cannot be accommodated, I will take legal action and we will go from there. That's the conversation. That's the accommodation. That's the solution. That's whatever you want to call it. I want the foundation fixed. I want the house up to legal code, because right now this is an illegal home. And if we are barred from it or locked out by the city, which is very likely, I will legally come after you for everything you own, for destroying my mother's life. You cannot expect someone to pay a nearly $200,000 bill and they can't even legally live there. And they can't live there without a safe and secure home. It's just not going to work that way with this current setup. It's not going to work. That weight-bearing wall that was made out of wood does not work. Cement walls are no longer legal code anymore. But at the very least, if they were made out of all of the four same, structural strengths, the density, that matters. You cannot change that, because then one will shift to the other side, the weight will move, and one wall will eventually give in. But then they didn't put it in the right spot to begin with, which causes more shift. You cannot move a weight-bearing wall 3 feet over, and then where that original weight-bearing wall was, no support. That entire quarter panel that's about 3 feet, maybe 4 feet wide, and then running the length of the house, so more than 20 feet across, you cannot expect that area not to sink. There's nothing holding it up. I'm not here to argue or belittle nobody. I'm here to get what needs to be done, done. So I'm ending this video. Today is, like I said, September 19th. It is 12:24. Wasted 30 minutes of my time trying to explain the situation like I have for more than a month. These videos are on a public YouTube channel. You can watch them whenever you'd like. I'll be posting more tonight. And goodbye.